everyone, and welcome back to our online vocal studio. My name is Natalia. I'm an opera singer, vocal instructor, and music educator, and I'm so excited for you to be part of this video because today we're going to talk about breath support and support in general while we're singing. So if you want to learn how to make this thing work, please keep on watching. Support, I think, is the most basic and unfortunately unaddressed. A lot of singers, a lot of professional singers I see out there, they really don't know what is support. They're just kind of focusing on placement and doing all those exercises without really thinking that the most important thing is the support. So I really want to kind of talk with you, as everybody, doesn't matter if you're just a beginner, you're super advanced, you're a professional singer, you can find this valuable, okay? So the first thing we need to understand is what is support. So support while we're singing is, obviously the most important thing is air. This is how we create sound. Not by squeezing, not by using muscles, it's simply air. Our vocal cords look like this. They're two kind of, they're separated. And when we take our breath in, they are opening like this and expanding. And when we take our air out, they're touching each other kind of in wave motion. And the air comes through, and the higher we go, they stretch. The lower we go, they go a little bit less. And this is how we create sound. Now around all those vocal cords, there's a lot of different muscles, and we have this tube going in from our diaphragm and our lungs up, and that's where we need to make sure that this area is nice and free to make a sound, okay? So this is where the breath support comes in. So breath, we know we're creating it by breathing, by air. The question is where we take our breath and what happens when we actually produce sound. So the first thing, when we inhale, we need to remember that we are inhaling not to our chest, and one way to make sure you're not breathing to your chest is take your right hand on your chest and left on your belly, and take a deep breath in. And see which hand goes out, either the right or the left. And be honest with yourself. If you can't, film yourself, look yourself in the mirror, and just make sure that this right hand doesn't go out, because it's very crucial and important. Now, it's also not about how much air you take. It's not the quantity, but it's really the quality. If you take too much air, you actually feel like you're suffocating, and I barely can speak. Not even sing, right? So it's really not about how much air, but it's the right amount of air, right? Like the way you speak, the way you start a sentence, just your normal breath, but take it to your lower belly. Expand your kidneys, your back, and your sides, and your belly. Now, what would happen if you take your two hands and place them right in the beginning of your rib cage? You will see they're expanding naturally, okay? Now, when we take our exhale, that is where the support comes. We need to make sure those two rib cage are staying open all the time. Now, one first exercise that I can give you to make sure you do that is take an inhale, and on exhale, release on sound, and make sure those two rib cage are out as much as possible. Obviously, towards the end, they're going to collapse, but make sure they are open as much as possible for the long time, okay? You will see time and time, you will see that it's actually happening a little bit longer and longer and longer. That's okay. So, take your breath in, and exhale on. And so on, so on, so on. My goal is 1 minute. Of course, each and every one of you can only do 15 seconds, 16, 17, 18, that's okay. But make sure each week you have a new goal, okay? 1 second more, that's good, okay? And Make sure you're not collapsing and you're not stringing anything while you do that. It's super important. Make sure that everything is nice and free all the time. Don't strain it. Just do it really easily and thinking like you're flowing. That's what kind of helps me. So my second tip, are you ready? This is gonna be a little bit different, but using a belt. Not only it's nice and it's cool, but it really truly helps when you feel you really don't know how to kind of expand and how it truly feels. And I do it all the time just to kind of make myself a little bit more aware of this area. So what I do, I take a belt, whatever belt you have, and place it on the rib cage. Don't do it too tight and do it too loose, just right. So when you're expanding, it's right there, you feel it, okay? And kind of when you exhale, either or whenever you're doing your vocal exercise, whatever vocal exercise requires breath support, so you can do any vocal exercise, make sure that you are still touching the belt, okay? So for instance, let's do ma me mi mo mu, the most common exercise, right? So let's start with the low one. Take your breath in, lower breath in, expanding your rib cage. Ma me mi mo mu, we're going a little bit higher. Breath in. Ma me mi mo mu, a little bit higher. Ma me mi mo mu. Now, as you feel comfortable doing each exercise and take an inhale before that, try to do 2 sets of let's say going semitone, 2 semitones, and the 1 breath. For instance, ma me mi mo mu, ma me mi mo mu. And if you can do 3 on 1 breath or 4, good for you. If you feel the belt doesn't help you, grab yourself a bowl, preferably a soft bowl, a soccer ball, or anything like that, so you can really truly feel when you can squeeze it in, you feel, and it's not just stiff, okay? So whatever bowl you want, take it in your hands, and whatever vocal exercise you do, I want you to push against each other. That will make you not only think about expanding your ribs, but also engaging those inner muscles that are super important for supporting your sound as well, because usually we don't use them, right? So these one, it also can be accomplished by doing Pilates, by the way, or yoga. If you're into that, that's great. But a really good exercise is also take this bowl and kind of squeeze it while you're doing exercise. And last but not least, another physical exercise that I can help you to kind of support your breath support is take a book, a heavy book, or anything that is heavy, or even lifting something a little bit heavy. I like to kind of pull and lift my lift my piano. Anything that you can grab as other heavy. I want you, when you take your breath, you dropping this whatever heavy object you or lifting, and when you are doing the exercise, you're lifting it super slow while your breath is out. So for instance, let's do a different exercise. Hallelujah. So let's take our bowl, or not take our bowl, take our heavy object, whatever, book, take your breath in, drop, and hallelujah, drop, breath in, hallelujah, drop, lift, breath in, hallelujah, drop, breath in, and hallelujah, and so on and so on. So that was my quick tips and guidelines to work your breath support. So I would love for you to comment me below which tip you found the most helpful. What are your tips? Because I really like to listen to you guys and whatever you have in mind. I learn from you a lot. So comment below and please subscribe. And if you find this video valuable, please like us. And also visit us on Facebook and Instagram. Say hi if you want. So it's Natalia Music NYC. So I hope I'll see you in the next video. Have yourself a beautiful and musical week.